Welcome back to 5-Minute Life Hacks. This is your host, Natalia, coming at you from my apartment in Los Angeles, California. So today's episode is about productivity. Productivity can make you happy. Lack of productivity can make you sad. I've actually increased my productivity by like 1,000% in the last 2 weeks. And I've done so by implementing these guidelines that I'm now going to share with you, and hopefully you can implement it into your life too. Now, before I get started, let me tell you that I was feeling very, very overwhelmed a few weeks ago, like I do from time to time, because I take too much on and I don't even know what's important. So I had to sit down and go back to basics. But even within these guidelines that I set for myself, I am not perfect. I'm never going to be perfect. And oftentimes I do fall off the rocker. I have these guidelines I set for myself, like today or yesterday. And sometimes I just feel a little bit under the weather, or I get a little bit more distracted. And I just have to remind myself to be kind. You have to be kind to yourself. And you also have to remember that it is really not about perfection. It's about trying your best. So let's get started. The very first thing I did was write down my priorities, my top 3 priorities that I was going to focus on, because focus is more important than anything. You can get lost in the sea of things to do. So if you have a focus, then you're going to feel good about completing those things. So I wrote down my top 3 priorities, which was work, studying for my new course, and the podcast. And then I wrote down a list of everything else I do, like roller skating and twerking and seeing my friends and family and working out. And I highlighted my non-negotiables. So for example, non-negotiables on a weekly basis is seeing my family and socializing and working out. And so then once I had those, the second thing I did was sitting down on a weekly basis, so like on a Saturday or Sunday, and writing out my schedule for a week. Now this can take 20 to 30 minutes, but it's going to save you lots of time during the week because it's a compass. If you know where you're going, then you don't have to think about it. So it's going to save you time. So I wrote down how many hours everything takes. I fit it into my schedule, and then around it, I can work in whatever other little things I can. And if I don't have time, then I do it for next week, and that is it. I am calm because I have focus and also schedule in downtime. Downtime is important in productivity because it gives your brain time to rest, and your body too. So that is important. Also, with scheduling, every single day when I wake up, the first thing I do is pull out my schedule and plan my day. So I have a rough idea from planning my week, what I'm going to do that day, but then I literally plan my work day so that I know exactly what I'm going to do. Again, it takes like 10 minutes, but it is well worth it. Then the next step is when you're actually getting down to working is focus. How do you focus on work? So for me, what I did was I do the 20 minutes on, 5 minutes off technique, which is called the Pomodoro technique. And it really just involves setting a timer for 20 minutes and working as hard as you can and as focused as you can, not getting distracted, and then having a break for 5 minutes. You set a timer. The great thing about this is that I work really well under pressure. So I find myself, hurrying against time, and knowing that I have a break at the other end calms my mind. So when I think, I need to check this or respond to that person, I write it down, and then I can do it when I have my 5 free minutes. Now, the great thing is that sometimes I get so involved in my work that I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go for another 20 minutes and then I can have 10 minutes break. And sometimes I can do this for an hour. And the great thing is that then that leaves me with choices and not feeling like I'm stuck working and then getting distracted, which is the absolute best. Okay, and my final tip is discipline. Even if you're doing this for a day, a week, a month, a year, it is very important. It's like, when you start going to the gym, you just need to stick to it, because any little thing like, I'm almost done with my 20 minutes, but I'm going to check Instagram. You might find yourself on Instagram 2 hours later. So just gently remind yourself that you can do that later and that it's okay. And so lastly, remember, it's not about perfection. If that does happen, just, get back on the wagon. If you lose discipline, just start over, start when you can. It'll be fine. The point is, enjoy your day, enjoy your life. This is all about maximizing productivity so you can relax and enjoy, because that is what life is about. I wish you a wonderful day. Let me know your thoughts, as always, at Natalia Ambrosi on Instagram. I want to hear your thoughts on productivity. Does this help you? Do you have any additional thoughts? Let me know. Have a great day. Bye.